at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, but today it's Thursday. Sorry, I'm one day late. I had some things I had to do yesterday. And yeah, so today we are doing a very special live stream. Very special live stream for Amber. We are making little kitty angels in honor of her little kitty Steely, who passed away recently. And so we're going to make some nice little designs in their honor. Hi, Amber. Here we go. This one's for you. We're working on our little kitty angels, and I am going to flip the screen and get started as usual. So there we go. We're going to bring the screen around. I'm going to pull up the video on my computer so I can see what you guys can see. And we are going to get, so Amber, you can have a look and see which of these little designs that you like. I am going to refresh my screen. There we go. Perfect. So now I see. So Tree Sap Girl is Amber. If you guys don't already know, Amber is one of the the moderator on my channel now, and also of the 10-day group on Facebook for the 10-day challenges. Hi, Sharon. Did I make it? Did I make it? Oh, you made it. Yes, you made it. Ha ha ha. I'm a little slow. Hi, Raphael. Hi, Sharon. Awesome. So we are going to work on some little kitty angels in honor of Stilly. And I have to decide which one to do. I didn't collect up all the beads that I needed. So let me have a look for that. I'm going to grab that. I have some little heart beads that I'm going to pull out as well. I meant to get a little more organized with that, but you guys can look at the designs and see which one that you would like me to make. What have I got here? All kinds of beads and stuff, but I'm not sure I have the heart beads handy. I should have been more prepared. There we go. Let me just look through my stuff and see what I got. No, I'm definitely not prepared today. Let me look through all this stuff. I'm just going to have to use what I can find, and we'll go from there. There we go. Okay. We'll just use what I can find here. I have a bunch of random beads as well. So there we go. Hi, Mirta. How are you? Stargaze Nights. Hello, hello. Perfect. You like them all. So should I just decide? Hi, Steph. So maybe we'll start, as always, with a simple one. That always seems to be the way to go. I have some beads here, but they're not hearts. Let me just look through my other beads. I have a bunch here. I'm not sure where I put all those heart beads. I'm going to just pull out a bunch of things here. This is the kind that I want. So there's a little heart. There's a little heart. And see what else I have in here. And this is cute, the little bead cap. I don't think I'm going to use that. And let me just see. Oh, here's the tiny little one. These are all my beads that I just keep sort of in categories. Here's a little bit. I have all my miracle beads. This one, Clarice gave me this nice little bead, but I don't know if I have any to match with that one, because I could do that one with one on top. That's the cat's eye. That's kind of cute too. That's the little cat's eye with the miracle bead. I could keep those out as well, because I don't have a lot of like bigger beads. So let's just take those out. I'm going to put these at the side. So I have them, the ones where he's being held. Yeah, I was definitely wanted to work on, this was the one I wanted to do for you for sure. And I like the full figure ones. So let's start with an easier one, and then we can do one of those ones. And I will start with some 20 gauge wire as always. This one's so cute too, the little side view. I have done one with some glass that was more like this type of thing that had some sea glass in it. And I'm just going to take some wire and just go for it. Let's see, we'll start with about maybe 12 inches, and then we'll go from there. The side view. Yeah, it's cute, eh? I like that one too. So let's start with that one. And then we will attempt one that's a little bit more difficult. So what I'm thinking is maybe just start somewhat at the head. Make sure you guys hear. Let me move this out of the way so it's not distracting. Sorry, my paper's a little bit dirty. Let me bring this out a little bit. It's got a little scuffed up. If we bring this out a little bit and see what happens here. Hopefully, I'll bring it out a little more. I think it's balanced enough. There we go. So let's see if that's better. And get the dirt out of the way a little bit. I think that's good. You know what I'm good? Let me just flip this around. Boy, I'm not prepared today. Let's do this. There we go. I think that'll be better. Perfect. Let's do that. We'll just keep the tools at the side. So now let's just start. It's a bit of a shadow here. It's dark out today, so that's happening. Hi, Peggy. And did we miss anyone? JG, hello, hello. So let's go ahead and do the little silhouette style. So we'll start that one, and I'm going to just bring this one around, and I'll just kind of freeform it. So what I wanted to do was to kind of bring this down, and then bring the paws. If you want one to look like it's sort of behind, we're going to bring it down that way a bit, and then bring it out. And I want to keep these quite simple. So we're just going to take this, bring this one around like this. These would make lovely little ornaments or pendants. There's all kinds of possibilities for these. We're going to bring this one out and bring this one in. So hopefully I was hoping they'd be a little more curvy. I don't want them too stiff either. I'm going to bring the, see, if we don't want it too stiff, maybe I could just like curve it out a little bit, because I don't want it straight. I want it to have a little bit of curve to it. So we're going to open this one up and bring it around, making sure I'm staying on the screen. I still haven't found a mic for my iPad. So if you guys know anything about technology and have a suggestion for a mic, let me know, because it would be nice to have better sound. So I'm sorry if the sound is a little bit soft, but there's not a whole lot I can do about this. So now we're going to bend these ones to the back. I like this one. It looks like they're flying, which is really cool. So here we're going to bring this one around, curve it out. So this one, the line across there gives it the impression that it's behind, that leg is behind. So that's where we're going with that one. We're going to curve it around and then bend it back on itself and up. And then this one, we're going to bend it down. Now, always after the live streams, these templates will be available in my Etsy DIY shop, and you can use the coupon code SAVE25, all caps, number 25, to save 25% if you get 5 or more templates. And they're all just the follow-up material. It's not a tutorial. They're literally the templates, the drawings, plus photos of the finished work and a list of the materials. So if you'd like to support my channel and do that, that would be awesome. So here's our little body so far. And who am I missing? Hi, Jean. And Lisa. Hi, Lisa. And Jan. Nice. Everybody's hopping on. Make sure I'm not missing any comments. Hi, guys. Very nice. Nice that everybody's here. So now let's just do the tail. I don't know how long I want the tail. We're just going to bring this one around and curve that around. Whoop, I just fell off a little bit. Bring that one around. So this is our basic. Aw, it's so cute. There's our basic shape. And so now we have to also figure out how we are going to hang it and how we are going to finish it. That's the hard part, is knowing how to finish it. So what I'm going to do is bring this one around and do the ears, but I want the ears to be a little bit sharp. I can never make angel wings. Aw. Well, I do have some other tutorials for angel wings, and to get them symmetrical, I often do them 2 at once, which makes it a lot easier. So we're going to bend that down, give it a sharp little bend, and then bring this one up here. Okay, and then bring this one down in a sharp and push it with your thumb to get it really sharp. Okay, so here, well, maybe we want these more defined. They ended up being little, but that's okay. There, so there's the kitty so far. And how do we want to finish it off? That's the key. I think I will hang it by the wings, but maybe what we have to do is, let me just figure out how I'm actually going to attach those wings. Maybe I'll do the wings first and then I'm going to attach them because I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do that. So there's Kitty. Now let's get some wings. So let's get some little gold wings. I think we could do these in 20 as well, or you could do 22 if the 20 is too thick. So let's get some 20 gauge wire. It's the reason you like abstract. I followed the tutorial, but yeah, it helps to have a little template too if you trace a template. Sometimes you can do them with the jig as well, depending on the design. So Lisa, you can always email me at info@heatherboydwire.com and send me a pic of what you've got and let me know if you need any help to figure out how to do them. That would be no problem at all. So now if I want to do both at once, I usually just take these. I think I cut the wire way too long again. So if we take this and just bend it back on itself, so we've got it like that, and then we're going to hold it and curve it up, or you can get a round form, which I don't have one handy, but if I had a marker or something, I could do that. And we could also use the bail pliers. We're going to bring that one up a bit. And then to get the top, so let's figure out how big we want these wings. And we're going to bring that one up here. Not too big, not too small. And let's give it a good little sharp bend here. Nice little sharp bend. And then get our round pliers again, maybe the smaller ones. You could use the bail making pliers too. And we're going to curve this one in there and out, and then around again and out, and then maybe get the larger pliers. Let's get the bail making pliers. The good thing about these is these are cylindrical, so you can get your curves the same size and they don't go like off shape. I should have made the other ones a little bigger maybe, but I guess I could always go in with the bail pliers again and just to straighten those up. Okay, so there's what we have so far. Hi, Coco. And Steph basically ordered about a foot of 10 gauge. Ooh, that's thick. I don't know if I've ever used 10 gauge wire. I've used 12. I might have used 10. I'm not sure, but maybe you could make something heavy duty with that. I'm not quite sure. So here's the wings so far. This is what we have so far. And I'm flying by the seat of the pants because I haven't decided what I want to do, but you can kind of stagger them a little bit as well, although I'm not sure I like the look of that. So let's put this one back, and then this is the tricky part. How in the world do we attach them? So one way to do it, let's try this. So we're going to open this up and take this and wind it through to bring that one down, and then this one too. Bring this, wind it through here. It's like those little wings that kids have that they wear at Halloween, you know, they're just, so now they're ready, but how in the world are we going to attach them? That's the question. So we have our wings, super cute. And, hi Connie. Nice to see you. So yeah, I don't do any welding, so I wouldn't be able to do any welding, but I I think there's other ways we can attach it. I just have to figure it out. So this is what we've got here. So what I'm thinking is we can attach, I just don't want it to be too lumpy with this wire underneath as well. So we can go ahead and finish this wire. Maybe that might be easier than having all these weird ends at the end. So let's take this and I'm going to bend this, bend it up, no, bend it up here and then to the back. So this is bent to the back at a right angle, and then I'm going to take this one, and where you want this to be, I will just take this and help the little round a bit. I cut these way too long, so we're just going to give that a little bend. That seems to be a good, maybe I pulled it too much. So this is, I like to use this hack so I don't distort my piece when I wind it. So I do the bend first and then I give it a tug, and now we're going to clip it. Clip, clip, clip. You make it look so easy. Well, that is a result of having done this for 34 years, and I've done about 250 live streams like this, more than that, I think. And so I'm used to kind of flying by the seat of my pants, and I've taught a lot of in-person workshops where I just wing it as I go, and then also troubleshoot. Like if somebody needs something specific in a live workshop, I'm able to help them through the design. Like if they have a concept in their head, we usually draw it out and are able to figure out how to do it. So yeah, I love teaching in person too. So see, that looks a little funny with that little knot. Say you're doing a cat like this and you want to hang it up as an earring. Wouldn't that be cute just to finish it there, bring up a wire and put some beads on it? That would be super, super cool too. If there weren't wings, I could do that. And then that would just hang as a little earring. That would be cute, a little jumping cat earring. But because we want the wings to sit in here, we are going to, looks like more like a superhero cat, which is very true, a superhero. So now actually I'm going to bring this one behind that knot and this one to the front. Now this would have been easier with 22 gauge wire because now it's awfully stiff, but that's okay. So we're going to stick one in here, one to the back. So we have one on either side. And then now we want to wind it in. So this also is going to be a little tricky. So let's just take this one, bring it to the back. And then this one, yeah, 22 would have been easier for the wings because the 20 is a little bit stiff. So we're going to take that and hopefully it's going to hold in place. Take that one around. And I would wind it around at least a couple of times. There we go. We'll run that a couple of times that way. And then we'll give it a clip. Your hands are strong. They're pretty strong. Yeah, they're pretty strong. This wire isn't too bad though. This is the artistic copper wire. It's fairly soft, but like I said, 22 would probably be easier than this 20 because the 20 is a little stiffer for little details. So now I use the 20 and the 18 when I do rings, but sometimes for little details, 22 might be better. So now I'm just winding it to the other side here around. I'm winding it twice and on to either direction so that they so it's balanced. So I've wound it one through the front, one through the back, and now we're going to clip that. And you can pinch it in. While wrapping and bending by hand. Yeah, it takes a little practice, but it's not too bad once you've done a lot of it. So now, see, there's a lot of winding there, but I think it's going to be secure. If we can try to bring it in a little bit, we can almost hide that little knot where the silver wire was. So the little knot is hidden quite well. And then now we're going to just separate the wings a little bit. It could be more 3D. You can keep it like this and make it 3D. I'm just going to flatten these out a little bit more. Or you can push them against each other as well. I'm wondering if we could hide this part even more. We might be able to hide that part even more if we kind of bend this down a bit to either side. Might work, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's the idea there. And if I think of an easier way to do it that you don't see so many winds, but I don't mind the winds that much. These are wiggling a little bit, but that's, I mean, if it's hanging, it doesn't really matter if they're wiggling too much. And then if they wiggle too much, you can always pinch them in, okay? Of course, my eyes aren't as good as they used to be, but you can always bring that in and pinch it in a little bit. So wings do move anyways. You're right, exactly. Hi, Lindsay. So here's Kitty. So here's the first kitty with the little wings, super cute. I'll just bring it up, silver on white. It's a bit difficult. So there we go. So that's the first one. Now let's try another one. There's so many to try. I did a earring similar to that with the 2 beads before that you can add wings on. That would be cute. And I also I like this idea with the spiral. So let's try something like that maybe. So I am going to, we could also do it all in one color rather than putting these separate. So let's do one where we do this all in one color. And let's go for the 20 gauge wire again. So I'm going to get some gold, 20 there, and black and white. And how about white background? Oh yeah, for the background. Yes, sorry, I missed that comment. Black is trouble with wire. When you put wire on a black background, it looks white. When I used to take photos for my listings on Etsy, I used to photograph my stuff on a black background, and everybody would be like, "Is that wire white?" And I'd say no, it's silver, but it looks, because of the contrast with the dark, it looked white. So I'm afraid that it might be also my lighting, which isn't great. But like I said, don't worry too much about, being able to see the final product, because I always post pictures in the community section of my channel. So you'll be able to see these better. And when there are models that are really successful and you guys want a tutorial for them, this is my way of, this is basically just troubleshooting designs. And then if there's designs you guys like and you want me to do a full-on tutorial, just let me know, because I've definitely done that. I did that with some of the flat wire jewelry. I ended up making tutorials with some of them so you guys can have a better idea of how they look. And I can do the same with the cats. So if there are any of these that you really like and you want a tutorial, just let me know. And we're just going to do that. But I sometimes run out of the hours in the day to make the tutorials, but I'll do my best to do it. So here's just the ears with a little loop at the top. Yeah, the lighting is not great today. It's very shadowy, and that's because it's a gray day outside, unfortunately. So we're going to bring this one in, the face here. Okay, around here. Maybe I should bring it in a little bit more. So we're going to bring that one in. And then what I want to do is bring this out on either side. So I'm going to put like a little collar on there. So we're going to bring this one out on either side here. So that's just the basic cat. I actually did one similar to this on the Artistic Wire Deluxe Jig Kit. So I will maybe link that one up below. Now, again, we can do the wings in separate color, in separate wire, or we can do it with this wire. Now, if you want to try the hack, let's see if we can do that hack where we bring this down this way. I'm going to bend it back again, but say we bring this one down here. I'm just going to straighten these out a little bit because There's nothing worse than trying to get things symmetrical when you have to do them separately. So if I bring that one down, I've just kind of bent it out a little bit, and I'm going to get my looping pliers. And at what point do I want to bring it? So maybe about here. I'm just guessing here. We're going to, which one? This one maybe. Bring that one here. Curve it around. Maybe a little higher. Okay, bring that one around a little bit more. So what if we got like that? So if we bring that out, I'm just trying to imagine where it's going to be. So what if we just do that? And maybe use the, this might not work at all. We're going to see. And then we're going to bring this one out. And then let's curve it again, maybe at a smaller point on the looping pliers. How about this one maybe? No, this one maybe. So we're going to take that and bring it up here. And then one more here. I'm not sure this is going to work because I can't really see how it's going to look right now. So we're going to bring this one up. And then we're going to just give it a bend so we know what to do. So this is what we have so far. We have done, switch to your phone. Yeah, welcome back. So now we're good. We've got these, and now we're going to like open them up. I think they're going to be too big now, but that, whoa, those are big wings. But that gives you an idea how to make them symmetrical, right? So at that point, we can do any little adjusting that we need and get the round pliers. Was this one, right? So we could get this one and bring it up, and this one too. We can bring it up here, and we're going to bend this on a, you can also like bend it like right down, and that, see how that's pointy? If you want that to be pointy, I usually would just pinch it and then kind of, it's not going to work so well because of this curve, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to pinch it down a little bit, I think. And these want to go to the back, so we're going to take that and bring that to the back. So now what we want to do is, you can make it more pointy. I could have actually bent it to the back. What if we do that? I'm just going to take this, give it a half turn to the back, and bring it down. That works better. Bring it back, a half turn to the back, and bring it to the back. So we could do the same thing here. So that's, you have to hold this in place so it doesn't get distorted. You bring it a half turn to the back, and then you bend it. So then that makes that more pointy area here. And we can get our round pliers and bend it, curve and down. Cute. Maybe a little too pointy, but that's okay. And then again, this one. Is it this one? I've lost track. That one, and then curve. So just trying to get them somewhat symmetrical. These wings ended up being quite big, but that's okay. Kind of cute. And we can straighten that out a little bit. You can do any little adjustments that you need. And I think I have to bend that less on an angle, that one there. So around here, curve it and curve it. So this is what we've got so far. The wings are quite large, but that's okay. So this is what we have so far. And I did want to put a collar on it, so maybe I will bend that down more on an angle so we have more space on the neck. There we go. There. And these are more out to the side than sticking. But if you want them more angled up, you can do that. We're just going to angle them out a little more. Okay, we can just angle them up a little more and then bring this one down here. Up here. Yeah, it's a lot of wiggling around, especially for the first time doing this. So this is what we've got so far. And then you could put a little a little collar. But what I want to do is see if I have some tiny little beads. I was hoping, like, it would be nice if I had some crystal beads. Yeah, this is more like, it's not, or pearls maybe, but these are kind of big. That's the only issue with these beads. They're kind of a little bit big. Yeah, a little bit big. So let me get some smaller beads and I will put some smaller beads on there. So I will get some thinner wire. I've got the 22. Hi, Tish. There we go. We're gonna, and Corey, hi Corey. Nice. So this is the wire for the beads on the necklace. Let me just get some little beads. I'll just be a second and get some little beads. I won't be long. Okay, sorry about that. I just had to go to Allison's trunk of stuff. She always has things I need. So this is my little tickle trunk of stuff. So here's some cute little beads. I think those were some that she might have used for eyeglass holders. Hi Peyton. Oh, I'm listening to everybody's comments. Okay, so now let us, no, you weren't frozen. I had to go to the back to get my beads because my friend Allison left me these lovely collection of beads that she used to use for eyeglass holders, and she used to make bead curtains. I have a tutorial about her and her bead curtains. I could link that up below too if I think about it. And anytime I need some beads, I just go to the, call it my tickle trunk. Now this is cute. So this might be, the beads still might be a little big. So let's just use 2, just as a token, and you guys can get an idea of how this would look. So if this was bigger, you could do more beads. I don't know if I want to use those ones. This is where I get really fussy about what I'm doing. These ones are, oh my goodness. I remember she used to use these to make her eyeglass holders, and she had so much patience because these beads are tiny. Let's do these beads. Oh my goodness, if I could even see them. These are just little seed beads. I swear she used to string them on the wires one by one to drive me bananas. So there, now we can do 3 beads. And let's attach this one here. We can almost do 4 beads. So we're gonna bring that one around. And I guess in theory, you could even wind it through the, I wonder if you could wind it through the wing to hold it in place. I don't know if that's gonna be distracting, but it might be better because otherwise it's gonna go all over the place. So let's try to wind it through the wing here. I'll just try to wind it through and see if that's gonna hold in place. Okay, so there's one here, and then this one. I mean, you guys can do any kind of combination of techniques from these live streams. You can combine, you know, different projects, different things like that. So let's just do it this way, and then that way it's going to somewhat hold everything together. So we're going to bring this one. How many times did I wind it through? Twice. Let's go through again. There we go. Perfect. So that's cute. Oh, it got a little warbled, but we'll fix that. We're going to fix that. So we're going to clip this and bead soup. Oh, yes. Yeah, that tickle trunk is bead soup. Yeah, I don't have a lot of patience for those little beads. I also don't have patience for wire weaving. So I know a lot of people in the Wire Makers Club do a lot of weaving. Not my thing. Lovely to see it, but it's definitely not my thing to do. I like doing more, as you guys know, I like doing more realistic stuff because this is what I was doing 30 years ago when I was selling jewelry on the street. I was making like little animal jewelry and stuff like that, little cat earrings and rings and things like that. So this is like a throwback to my past. Now I'm finding this is a little low. What did we fix? What did we bring the wings up a little bit? So maybe I shouldn't have wound it into the wings. I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to bring this up a little bit. Adjust that there, because now it's not right under the neck, but it's not too bad. It's kind of cute, and it makes it more solid when you wind it through the wings. So you have to use your judgment about that. I just want to bring it up under the neck a little bit more. Careful not to break the beads. So this is what we've got so far. And then the bottom part, I just wanted to keep it simple. So we've got that. I want to wind it around and do a spiral. So let me get my round form for that. And I have that one. I have that one. I have that. I usually use my plastic ring cone, but I believe I left it downstairs, so I'm not going to run downstairs. But I have all this stuff. So let's use this, and we are going to bring this one around. Very cute, thank you. Used to wear some low-hanging bling. So let's bring this one around here and this one around here. So we have sort of the shape. If you need it more round, just use a larger round form. You can use any size you want. So this is what we have so far. And then what I want to do is adjust that a bit. So we want to make a spiral. So we want one of these to go straight. We can put it straight out on an angle. So we're going to bend that out at a right angle like you see. And then this one is going to come, and we are going to take this one and bring it around. So we're just going to start our bend. Let's see what that's doing. I think that's all right. Okay. And then we're going to, got pulled over a little much, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered. So now we're going to trim that one flush. I'm a little off the screen again. Where can I get the bracelet form? Oh, the bracelet form is from the Beadle-On website. I think it's called a bracelet jig or a bracelet mandrel. It's a Beadle-On artistic wire product, but if you can't order for some reason on the website, if you're not in the US or Canada, you can get it on Amazon. So just look up artistic wire bracelet mandrel and you can find it. I find it very handy. So now we're going to take this, and this isn't much of a cone, is it? Usually I use the plastic cone, but I don't have it handy. So let's just take this and wind it around up here a little bit. So if I start it like that, and then the other thing I do when I want to make a cone shape is, if I don't have that thing handy, I'll just use the end of a pen. So here's a pen. And we'll just take this, and then we're going to make this into the cone. Then, of course, if you have the Cone-tastic tool from Beadle-On, you can use that too. But not very many people have that. So there we go. So we've got our little spiral. And now we are going to take this end and bring it in, close it up, and bring this down. And you just basically push it all together. Like that's, wow, that's a little crazy, that spiral. That's a little too spirally. If you have it, if it's too spirally, you want less spiral, you just trim it and take your end and bring it in. So there's always a way to adjust it. I mean, you can't add to it, but you can make it, if you want your spiral more open, just trim it. And it could be like that. And that's like kind of a pseudo tail spiral thing. So there's that one. That's super cute. I like that one. So this is what we've got so far. We did that one and this one, and then I'm gonna do the lady holding the kitty. So we've got that. Hi, Joan. Nice. So let's, aw, yay. So happy you love it. So now let me have a sip of water. So those ones are very doable, but I really wanted to do this one. But the trouble is I drew it in a sense that it's not one piece of wire, and I haven't decided how I'm gonna do it. So if we wanna do the kitty in white, silver I mean, and the lady in gold, or vice versa. What do you think, Amber? Because I think it would stand out more if it was in a separate color, but I could also try it with one piece of wire. So that's the question that I have. Should we do a contrast or one piece of wire? So say we have, like if we want to do it with one piece of wire, that's the trick, right? So we want to, you'd have to, now my drawing is going to suck now. We're going to try our best. But the idea would, you'd have to kind of go around here, and then you'd have to, I'm not even sure how I would do this. I'm just playing with it for now. That's the trouble. When I do these sketches, I don't always think in terms of how I'm going to do it, because you definitely want the tail, but then you'd have to bring it up again, maybe up here, but then how would we do this? Sometimes it's easier just to wing it with the wire. I'm just playing around with it as a sketch for now, but it's not always, and then you'd have to come down and up here. So let me, more orange than white. So maybe the gold for the kitty and then the silver for the lady. So let's try that. And then we're just gonna go from there. So wire, 20 gauge. Let's start with the kitty. Perfect. Gold kitty. There we go. So now let us get some wire and see if we can do it with two separate pieces, just so there'll be more contrast. And see what we can do with this. So let's take this one back. And this might be one that I might need a couple attempts at, but we're gonna try it. And then I have to think in terms of how I'm going to attach it. So that's an issue. So let's start in the middle. We're just gonna start in the middle, bend that down. Make sure I'm staying on screen. And bring this one up here. I want to still keep it quite simple. That's the thing with wire art. Sometimes simple is better. So we're going to bring that one down and out and then around. And hopefully it's gonna look good. So there's the head, and then we're gonna bring this one around for the cheek and around here to do the little paw. Make sure I'm staying on screen, and then around here. Yeah, it's very shadowy today. I'm very sorry about that. So we're gonna bring that one around here. Little paw. And here. And down. So there is, so far, here and around. So, and then you need the tail around here. And hopefully I don't run out of wire. We're gonna see. Okay, I'm gonna bring that one in a little more. Bring that one around. And then the feet. So bring that one here. How far? About like that. So this is the tricky part. Like, how are we going to attach it? You almost want to just finish it in a way. Like, what if I just, I don't know if it would work just to trim it off. Sometimes it's better to have less wire. Let me just fix that up. We're gonna see if we could just finish it in a very simple way, like just trim it off. I don't know if that would work or not. And we can maybe just bring this one down. I think I'm gonna just leave that for like that for now, and then we're gonna see if we can if we have to tweak it a little bit when we attach it. So we're going to bring that one down here and down here. And there's always little adjustments that you can make. So here's just the basic shape. And let me get some 20 gauge wire. Oh, bye Steph, thanks for hopping on. No worries. We'll see you next time, and you can always watch the rest on the replay. And let's get another piece of wire, probably a little bit longer. This is the 20 gauge silver. So we're going to trim some of the 20 gauge silver. Now this is going to be the tricky part. Maybe I'll start with the head. I'll get the round pliers and bring that one up here. And this is maybe going to be a little bit big, but we're going to see. So if we're doing the hair, I don't want to make the head round. I want to make it slightly on the more realistic side. And we can, let me bring this one down. So what if we bring that one down and then this one around? Ooh, it's getting sunny out. Yay. So we're gonna bring that one around. Okay, and we don't want it too like straight either. We want to give it a little bit of a form. I don't want it to look like a cap either. Ooh, I have to sneeze, guys. Ooh. Oh, no, it went away. There we go. So now this is if the hair comes down sort of on this side, but then the neck, this is the hard part. Yeah, because see, this is my drawing, so I did not think that ahead about what I'm going to do with that. But I think what we'll do is we'll just bring it in and then keep it simple. I'm not going to make that too complicated because it's going to start to look really strange if I have too much overlapping wires. So let's bring this one down and then this one around, and let's just start seeing what we can do with this. So if we had the kitty here, and then I have to think of how we would attach it, unless I use many wires, which is going to get a little bit more complicated. And we can bring this, we're gonna have to start this arm. So let's bring this one down here. It'll be around here. And then this way. So we're gonna bring this one, I'm gonna bring it to the front. bring this one over. Just double check for the, it's a little bit on the long side, so we can straighten it up and bring it over a little bit more here maybe. I'm gonna bring that one that way, and then this one, maybe start the hand shape. So this is the idea here. We want the hand to be sort of underneath, but that might be a little long now. So I'm gonna just trim that out a little bit. Bend that one out a little bit. It's the proportions that aren't always easy. So if we had, I also have to think in terms of what I want to do with the ends of the wire for Kitty, but what I'm thinking is maybe this one we could just trim. I'm gonna just take a leap of faith and cut that wire, which might be an error, but I'm gonna just try that. So we are gonna do that. It's like they're looking down, so you wouldn't really see the neck, I don't think. The neck, so this neck, yes. Okay, so now let's see what we can do here. And I kind of like the way that looks just clipped. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with this wire yet. It's gonna depend on how we can attach it. But I think she can hold Kitty underneath. Now keep in mind this is extremely experimental, and you guys can definitely do your own take on these, but I do want to attach this somehow, and I'm not sure how well it's going to hold. Oh, I just had an idea. What if we, rather than wind it all over the place and make a hot mess, what if we just take this, bring that one in a little bit to form, okay, we want to just keep it, I don't want it to look like sort of a club hand. I want it to look, that's not right. You know when you have something in your head and you're trying to get it on paper or in wire and it's just not quite working, because I want to have the impression of a hand holding Kitty, but that my drawing looks better than the wire. But that's okay, we can just, you can always do any little adjustments that you want. So I'm trying to do a kind of foreshadowing that's not quite working, but I think this needs to be bigger. It's little, like here, I'm going to show you. You pull it off, you can pull it off in a drawing, but sometimes in wire, it's not as easy to pull it off. So we're going to just try this, and okay, there we go. So now let's, what if we took, this might not work at all, but what if you just hook the foot through there? I mean, it looks, maybe look a little strange, but it also might keep it together a little bit. Let me just see, because you could put that on top, and you put that in there. It doesn't, like, it doesn't really look right, but it might make sense. But it also looks a little messy. So what if we take this, and then that would be more the arm. So let's just do the arm. We'll form the arm first, and then we're going to decide what we're going to do there. So we're going to bring this one around. This is definitely one I'll probably do another attempt at, but for now, it's interesting. So we're going to bring this one up here, and then from here, we'll get the elbow. Elbow's here. There we go, and oh, wow, it's really sunny now. So now we're going to bring this one up here. So the idea is that we have the figure that's holding the kitty, and we want to now form the arm, the hand here, and I don't know if we can make sort of a point for the thumb and see how it can look. Yeah, we just want it very stylized. Yeah, it's very hard to make it look like there's foreshortening on the hand, but kind of hard to make it look like it doesn't look like a lobster claw too. But the idea is just to make it very stylized, and then we can always make another one after that's a little more accurate. So now we're gonna bring this one up here, and like I said, I'll put better drawings of or like the better photos of the finished ones in the community section, so you'll be able to see. So now the idea would be kitty would be like that, and then but this we'd want the kitty's arm to go over the figure, but I want it to the idea is now how in the world do you attach it? I'm just going to play with this for a second. Like, it doesn't always have to make sense, but it does have to hold together. So if I did something like that, that doesn't necessarily make any sense, and it also doesn't look great. But I'm just trying to think of how I could wind this together. I can also use, I'm going to bring this one up here because this could be like her hair. And then I can also get a little piece of wire to attach it. Let me just try that. I'm just going to hold this and get a little piece of, what I want is a little piece of very small 24 gauge gold. If I have, I don't know if I have any 20, or maybe even thinner. Let's see what I've got. Just give me a minute. I'm going to see what I have. Or 26, I guess. 20, 18. Yeah, just give me 1 minute. I'm going to see what I have. Okay, gold. Okay, I got some very thin gold. This is 26. So let's try that. Aw, thank you. Yes, less is more, you're right. Oh, aluminum wire. Aluminum wire is good for some things. Everything has its purpose. So here's a little piece of the gold. So what, can we attach the kitty here? That's my question. So why don't we attach it either on the ear or in the, maybe in the intersection of this part here. I'm just going to bend this part out a little bit more. Okay. And just see where this should be attached. So we're going to take this here and I guess we can attach it. I just want it to be as discreet as possible. I know. Yeah, what about we bend it here and then put a little piece of gold in here. And bring my hands down a bit so they're not in the way. I'm gonna wind the little bit of, it's really kind of, you know, when you sew and you baste things in place. So basting is basically you put a couple of little discrete stitches to hold things in place. This reminds me of like basting it in place, although we're just going to keep the little wire there too, because otherwise it's going to come apart. So if we did like this type of thing to hold it in place and pinch that in, and I want to even bring it more down, because sometimes you have to have it wound in a couple of different directions so it's actually going to hold. So what I want to try to do is get it down to that corner and then wind it in that corner, because if you don't wind it in a corner area, it's going to slide, and you don't want it to slide out of place. So this way, if you have it wound right to that corner, in theory, it should stay in place. So now we're just going to trim these ends and hope. That's a lot of windy wire. Maybe it was too much, but that's the idea. So we just want to bring it down to that corner here. And then what I was thinking, a little extra piece I might cut off. Let me just cut that little extra piece off, I think. It's not really staying in the corner, but I want it to stay in that corner here. And then I want to bend this actually right underneath the kitty's chin to trace the shape of the chin. So it's hidden behind. Okay, so it's just hidden behind there. Yeah, this one, I hadn't decided what I'm going to do with that. So that's slightly hidden in behind there. I'm going to bring that one in. It's a bit on an angle. I'm not sure if I could, maybe I could bend that out. Yeah. So that's kind of interesting. Oh, but now this got pushed out too much. I'm going to bring this one over here a bit. You see how difficult it can be to do these things, but it's definitely worth it to explore. So we're going to bring this one up. That seems to go to the top of the kitty's ear. But now the arm is like way out. So what if we straighten that out a little bit? I want to bring it in a little more narrow. And then we have to start thinking about what's happening down here. Because this leg we just clipped, and then this one, what do we do with this? We could just attach it. We could try that. We can just bring this one here, bring this one to the front, and then we can just, yeah, this is like sort of following. Interesting. Okay, so this one actually seems to go, yeah, so this one can maybe just go along here to this arm here. And then I think we just have to clip it in place here. So I'm just going to cut that, bring this one in, and actually attach this one, or it's going to slide all over the place. So what if we give it a good little tug there and clip it, bring it in here. And then if there are any other designs that I didn't do on this live stream that you want me to try, just let me know. So that's that. And then we have to get this, let's go back and trace the kitty's face here. So we have that. And now, we can just bring it up maybe. Let's just see. I haven't decided what I'm doing, like, because you could, I think I want to keep this simple though. So maybe just take this and attach it here so it'll stay in place. we can try that. That seems to be in a good position. So what if we just take this, hold it in place, and wind it through? Yeah, this is definitely a work in progress. I'm not sure how well it's gonna, I was gonna continue the line up to the top of the head, but I really don't want too much wire. That's the issue. I think I'm gonna try this design again, not on the live stream, but another time with a single piece of wire. And you can always like color some of the wire after if you wanted to have more contrast. We can always like do a line drawing and then maybe color part of it to try something different. So I'm just attaching this on here. Wait, let me just pull it a little closer so I can see it. And we're just going to bring that one in here. I'm going to bend it, ouch, in and see. So that was just to kind of hide the end there. I don't know how well that's going to stay in place. I can trim it a little more. Let's not cut through the wire though. Let me just bring it a little closer. There we go. It's a little hard to access now, but that's okay. I'm just gonna bring that one in. I think that's okay. So there's that. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm loving this wound wire now, but maybe we don't need it anymore. Let me just try to cut it off. I'm gonna try to cut that off. I don't know if we need it anymore. Maybe it was literally a basting stitch. Let me take that off for now and see what happens. Yeah. Okay. I just don't like the way this spring looks. So I removed that. It looks better. And then we have it attached here and here, which may seem a little odd, but it makes the design a little cleaner. So let me grab a little sip of water. Aw, that's fun. That's how your Jet likes you to hold her. That's nice. So now let us figure this out. Now maybe I shouldn't have cut that little end off because we might have been able to get that to hold in place here, but that's okay. I mean, so far that looks pretty cool, but now we have to decide what we want to do with this. And now this was on top. Okay, that was on top. This one should be more bent. This actually should be more up. Yeah, this one should be more up. And over here, we want it to go, but now Kitty's going to look a little skinny. I think this angle, we have to change this angle maybe. That. Figure all this out. Yeah, so if I actually like made a proper drawing and traced it, then I could get the proportions better. But this is so far not too bad. Sometimes it's just a matter of, because you want the hand to be more on the back of the kitty. So what if, I don't know if I can rotate this in a little bit to make it a little longer, and then do that. I just don't want to break my wire. But I feel like maybe this part of the hand should have been a little bit longer. Oh, but now this has to be more like that type of thing. Yeah, this shape's a little bit funny. Kind of looks like she's got mitts on, but that's supposed to be the foreshortening of the wire. So that would be the idea to the hand, like this is going straight against the back of the kitty. That's the idea of that one. So now this arm, maybe we could have used one of those little ends here. It's not too bad actually. I'm just gonna pull that one apart. This one should be to here. We could have maybe used that end to attach it, but I kind of like the way that goes in there. Just trying to think if there's another way that we can attach this one because it's loose, right? So what if we, and then if you stick it in there, it just looks odd, I think. Let's try that again. If we stuck it in there, then it looks a little odd. It looks like it's going through the hand, which is not what we want. But if we, could have also wound it in here a little bit. I just want to keep it super simple. What if we just wound it around here maybe, but then that's going to make like a little line, but it could be okay. It could be okay. Yeah, why don't we just do that? Because instead of doing the line up for the under the arm, we can just take this. I'm going to bend that. I'm going to cut it a little bit long. Bring that one in here. And put it against this part and take this through. I'm just going to take it through this way and see how that looks. So that way it kind of would finish the elbow there. That would be sort of finishing. And then, I mean, in theory, you could bring this one up to do the underarm if you wanted to, but we would have to end it. We could maybe try that. Let's try that. And then we'll know for the next time if it's a good idea. So now I'm going to just pinch that in so it's going to hold. Okay, so that's pretty good. And then if we brought this one up, what if we just trim that so it looks like the drawing at the under the arm position? It's really not too bad. So we're going to bring that one over the top, and then that way that one lines up. You could put a little bit of wire on there, but I want it to be quite simple. So that would line up with that. Let me just check everything else. This is right underneath the elbow. This goes over top of the cat. This is the underarm, and this goes up top. So not bad. This is the simplest I think we can make it. This you can, if you need to adjust the shape a little bit, you can, but I think it's all right. So I think this is going to be it for today. So it's perfect. Aw, yay. Well, it's for you, Amber. You're going to be getting this in the mail. So there we go. So there's Amber with her little stilly. And then with a little kitty angel. And there is another kitty angel. So there you go, guys. Kitty angels. Oh, you are very welcome. This was so precious to make. I am very happy with how it turned out. I like the simplicity of it. Yeah, very, very nice. So thank you guys so much for hanging out on the live stream. Thank you, Amber and Stilly, for your inspiration for today. That was so lovely to make. I really enjoyed it. And now I'm going to go out and enjoy the sunshine, have a coffee, enjoy my day. I'm going to flip the screen. And I will put photos of these in the community section of my channel. So let me flip the screen. Unfortunately, I won't be able to see all your comments once the screen's flipped. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. And next video was going to be on Saturday. I'm making all kinds of new shorts videos. I just found out how to make shorts videos on my phone. So I'm having fun with that. I'm reposting some older ones that I did a while ago. And let me know if you guys want any tutorials for the cat angels. The templates will be available in my Etsy DIY shop later today. And I wish you all a wonderful day, wonderful night, and we will see you the next time. Bye.